Hello and welcome to the 29th edition of PÖFF, Tallinn Black Nights Film Festival. My name is Massimo Iannetti. I'm part of the programming team here at the festival, and I'm delighted to be here to have the possibility to chat and discuss about Mira, a film that we have in the official competition screening as part of this year's edition of the festival. And today we have the director, Nour-Eddine Lakhmari, with us to talk a little bit about his work and the film, of course. So welcome to PÖFF.
Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to be here.
Thank you for being here. And so I would like to start with a quick check-in question. Like how are you settling into the festival? What's your impression of Tallinn so far?
Well, it's the first time I'm coming to this festival. It's very nice. I like the energy and the atmosphere around it because you could see it's a very it's very important film festival, but in the same time you could feel the family and cozy atmosphere. So it's very nice to meet people in the hotel and around. I like there is a good mood in it. It's really you feel like you're welcome. You feel like you're inside a family industry, but it's still people are very kind and nice.
It's very nice to hear from an external perspective, because this is what we aim for, we strive for as a festival, to create this type of mood. And I think it's very nice to for people to hear people recognizing that. So thank you again. I wanted to start with a little bit of understanding of how this film fits into your personal story, because you've traveled a lot, from Norway to Morocco, and I wonder, where does Mira fits and sits in your personal story, and how much of your childhood or memories are part of the film?
Well, the thing is that I used to live in Norway. I lived in Norway for 25 years, and then I went back to Morocco, and I started making films there. So there were more urban films, more kind of about youth and the street and kind of tough films. And I had another perspective of things, because most of the time when you're in Europe, you have this problem for racism, segregation, and all of these things. And I was thinking, in my home country, we're in Africa, so people are not racist. But actually, when I came back, I found out that people are racist there too. So it struck me. It was kind of shock, because I was saying to myself, how is that possible that people can kind of reject others? And the migration is very important, and everybody, all Africa, if they want to cross to Europe, they have to go through Morocco. So I met some of the migrants, and it was very hard. Their story are powerful. I mean, they have to pay, they have to cross the Sahara, the mountains, and then when they came to Morocco, they think the journey has ended, but it didn't end, it started. Because when they have to come to the north of Morocco and take the boat to Spain, but to do that is hell. But the thing is that when I start talking to them, I found out that these people they have families, they have emotions, they have love, they have stories to tell. And the more I listen to them, the more I kind of find myself in them, because I was in Europe, I was in France to study pharmacy, so I knew what is racism. I went to Norway, which is less racist than France, for example. So I know what is to be a migrant. I felt it. So I understood these people. But the thing is that I think what is important is to confront the Moroccans and tell them, look at these people differently. Start inviting them home, talk to them, listen to them, have open heart, because that's what is all humanity about. But I think it's a film about redemption too, because the old mother doesn't want to accept them. So she's just blindly a racist, and she doesn't try to understand, feel her daughter, while the son, the imaginary father, he understood the migrant, because he wanted to immigrate himself. So for me, it's a story about the Moroccans and about human being who wants to travel somewhere else, and the only little girl that understands that.
I think the film has this power of showing different kinds of different forms of being an outsider.
Mm-hmm.
There are characters that are outsiders in many different way in the film, and this idea of the experience with someone that is diverse. And I think I don't know, it seems to me that migrants enter into the film as a sort of like distant, almost ghostly presences, and then all of a sudden they start becoming more the centerpiece of the film. So I was wondering, like, when did you start thinking about portraying this sort of like entering of the migrants into the film in this way?
I was thinking the best way to do it is when the teacher, actually she's Moroccan, but she is also somebody different because she comes with a new idea, progressive ideas. So when she started coming into the village and connecting with people, it's kind of what we didn't see the migrant to start with. They were kind of just a decor in a way, in this forest and everything. But the ideas coming from the teacher start making them exist and start making them visible. And I think the more the little girl is with the teacher, the more she's aware of those migrants. They are not just somebody who lives in the forest, who cross the forest, but they are human beings that they need to go to the classroom, they need knowledge, they need to be accepted. So for me, it all interconnects. The teacher, the migrant, the family of fear, because it's always about fear. When you don't know other people, you can reject them. So I think the whole thing started with the teacher. And for me, Morocco is changing thanks to these women like this, like Lamia, because she has those ideas of progress, teaching people dance, the body has to open up, accept yourself, say we are part of the nature, but we're also beautiful, but other people are also beautiful in their way. So I think the whole thing is kind of, I wanted to work a parallel between, first they are invisible, and then when the ideas, because it's always about ideas, and what's dangerous is actually it's the ideas, because people go away or dies, but ideas never, they stay there. So it's kind of metaphor for me to use the teacher and ideas of the teacher to tell to the village that you have to start looking at the migrant, and when they have to start looking at the migrants, then we have to see them too. So it's parallel.
And I don't want to say too much about the film as well, but she also does that physically in a way with the students. She brings them on the other side,
Exactly.
and she exposes them to the other perspective as well. Which
Absolutely. Which is interesting is because she's telling them about colors, form, shape. I mean, this is a teacher. We have many, I know many, that's sooner or later she will tell them, what about God? What about the existence? What about the existentialism? What about your place on the planet? So I think my country will change with this kind of teacher and this kind of mentality, because we have to challenge everything, because we grow up, everything was served on the table for us. Here is the religion for you, here is the traditions, here are things. But I think the more we challenge each other, the more it's going to be interesting to see how society will develop itself.
And of course, Mira somehow carries the film. Her gaze carries the film. Safaa Khattami steals the attention for most of the time. She's absolutely amazing. I'd urge everyone to come to see this film because her performance is absolutely outstanding. How did you find her? How did you understand she was Mira?
Well, actually, I was looking for a little young girl, 13 years old. I met a lot in Morocco. They were all brilliant, but they all went to TV. They do TV, so it was hard to find somebody who's going to come out and do cinema without doing those TV acting, as I call it. And they told me there is one girl, you have to meet her. And then we had coffee. We met in a coffee. And the first thing I met her, I knew that she has something. And it happens that her father is gone. We don't know where he is. She never met him. And the mother died. She was an orphan, just like in the movie. So there were kind of coincidence there. And the more I talked to her, the more I understand that she can carry the whole film, because it was not easy. We were filming in the mountain, at the forest, and she was too young. Her first feature film. And that's an amazing how craftful she was. I mean, she was really teaching us how to be patient and how to. She was laughing. She was making joke. She became really the center of the whole shooting. So we were lucky.
And I wanted also to finish with maybe some thinking around the visual aspect of the film, because the film has this very careful way of combining the lyrical with the poetic, with the quite harsh and violent. So there's touch of magical realism there. How did you think about? How did you come up with this quite complex but extremely lean visual approach?
Well, it's for me. I was thinking if I'm gonna do a realism, it's point of view of the little girl, 13 years old, and she has been creating that father, that imaginary father she never had. So that's the only way she was hanging for ideas, and it was always her father telling her, "Be nice to the others, be kind, be free." And that's why she's saying, I will never be a prisoner. I will never go in cage. I am a bird. I'm like birds, but I will always be free. So it's her father's idea, but that her father came back as a teacher. So they are actually, for me, it's the same person. And I was saying, it's a story about a little girl. Let's do some magic. Let's do some poetry. And the forest allows you to do that. And it's interesting because most of my films, early films, are always in the streets, and they're always about drugs and hard stuff. But this time I said to myself, now let's do some poetry, let's do some magic things, but at the same time, violence is there, because violence is everywhere. But the poetry of it came with the idea that the girl loves the birds, so she has to kind of fly with them. She has to, and there is love for that little boy, that little Aboyami, who really, she saw something beautiful in him, and he saw something, freedom. It's all about redemption and freedom.
I think there's many interesting conversational points that we I think touched upon, but so many that we could dig deeper into about the film. I think this is a perfect way to invite our audiences to come and watch Mira, and to continue the discussion during the Q&A, and to open a conversation with them as well. So please do join us for the screening of Mira here at PÖFF for the world premiere of the film. We are extremely excited to have this film screening here. So thank you again.
Thank you very much. Thank you.